Hi, I'm Ellen.
And I'm Haley. Welcome back to Johnnie Bennie Campus News. I hope everyone had a wonderful break and is ready for a great semester.
To start off today's episode, let's go straight to Rachel Raden with the Sports Roundup.
Thanks, Ellen and Haley. I'm Rachel Raden with this week's Sports Roundup on Johnnie Bennie Campus News. Blazer hockey sure has something to celebrate this week as they picked up 2 big conference wins last weekend, sweeping St. Olaf in consecutive comeback wins. On Friday night, St. Ben's trailed St. Olaf 0-2 at the end of the first period, but certainly didn't throw in the towel. The Blazers rallied back in the second period as senior Allie Hoffman started the scoring with an unassisted, short-handed goal at the 5:40 mark to make it a 1-goal game. 2 minutes later, junior Ellie Marvin scored a goal to tie it up, and senior Liz Herms followed suit, scoring with 2 minutes left in the period, giving the Blazers a 3-2 lead heading into the third. Starting the final period with some momentum, 2 familiar faces secured the win for the Blazers. Ellie Marvin scored her second goal of the game 3 minutes into the third, giving St. Ben's a comfortable lead at 4-2. After the Blazers killed off 3 third-period penalties, Liz Herms scored her second goal of the game on an empty net, bringing the final score to 5-2. St. Olaf outshot St. Ben's 33-21 in Friday's game, but first-year goalie Angel Hillstrom gave a solid performance in the net, making 31 saves to keep the Blazers in the game. Saturday afternoon, the teams faced each other again in another close battle. After a scoreless first period, the Olies were the first on the board, scoring with just over 7 minutes left in the second. St. Olaf led St. Ben's 1-0 heading into the third period, but scored a second goal 11 minutes in, making it a 2-goal lead with less than 9 minutes left to play. The Blazers didn't give up, and 2 minutes later, Ellie Marvin scored the team's first goal off an assist from sophomore Bridget Miller, reducing the Olies' lead to 1 with just under 6 minutes to go in the third. With 1 minute and 30 seconds left in the game, St. Ben's pulled senior goalie Dory Johnson to give themselves an extra skater advantage. With 1:02 left on the clock, Bridget Miller scored her first goal of the series off an assist from Marvin, tying it up 2-2. Johnson got back in the net for the Blazers with the clock winding down, and it was Ellie Marvin that came through again for the Blazers. Marvin took the puck through the Oli's zone and scored the game winner with 15 seconds left, bringing the score to 3-2 and sealing the victory for St. Ben's in another stunning comeback by the Blazers. Marvin's unbelievable performance in the Blazers' last games not only earned her recognition as Blazer Athlete of the Week, but also as the MIAC Athlete of the Week for hockey. Marvin had a total of 5 goals and 2 assists in 3 games, including the last-second game winner against the Olies. The Blazers will be back in action for a doubleheader this weekend against St. Thomas, heading on the road to play in St. Paul on Friday, and getting back on home ice Saturday afternoon. Congratulations to Ellie and the rest of the Blazer hockey team on your fantastic performance against the Olies. We wish you the best of luck this weekend against the rival Tommies. Thanks for tuning in to this week's Sports Roundup. I'm Rachel Raden with Johnnie Bennie Campus News. Back to you, Ellen and Haley.
Thanks, Rachel, and good luck to the Blazer hockey team and to all CSB SJU athletes competing this weekend.
Notice anything missing while you're traveling between campuses? Over break, Patrick Daughtry's stick sculpture, Lean on Me, was burned down under the direction of the St. John's Fire Department. We now go to Emily Webster with more information on the loss of this amazing work of art.
Thanks, Ellen and Haley. This is Emily Webster reporting for Johnnie Bennie Campus News. The Stickworks sculpture called Lean on Me was finally burned under controlled conditions on January 6th after standing a year and a half longer than planned. The sculpture, designed by North Carolina artist Patrick Dougherty, had a great presence on campus as it brought tens of thousands of guests to Collegeville. Lean on Me was completed in September 2012 after 20 days of manual labor from over 300 volunteers, which included both CSB-SJU students and community members. Here is Brother David Paul Lang sharing the history of the Stickworks creation before it was burned.
There wasn't a single screw, nail, cable, or any other means of joining it other than weaving them together. The ironwoods were planted in holes in the ground and they became the upright supports, but everything else, all the willows were woven in between them. And it's a testament to how tightly it was woven that it's still standing here 3.5 years later. It was really only meant to last 2 years from its conception. So.
You can feel it from here. Look at that.
Look at those flames.
The sculpture stood for almost 3.5 years and it is already missed by students, faculty, and the community. This was Emily Webster for JVCN. Back to Ellen and Haley in the studio.
Thank you, Emily. Lean on Me is not the only environmental artwork to be constructed in our community.
If you have passed by Tommy Hall in the last few weeks, you've probably seen the vividly colored igloo that was built right outside the dorm.
Mitch Fritz has tried twice in the past to construct an igloo at his home in Alberta, but both attempts were unsuccessful. Unfazed, he decided to try it again this year and succeeded in making a colorful ice shelter right outside his dorm.
To make the igloo, he bought 500 bread tins and filled them with water and food coloring and allowed them to freeze overnight. He then used a snowy slush as the cement, and a few hours later, he was finished.
The igloo has received a large amount of attention and many students have gone inside. Many are asking if he plans on making an igloo every year. Fritz said that he will get back to the drawing board. You can see additional photos of the igloo on KARE 11's article.
You may have noticed some new faces around campus since winter break. The fall study abroad students have all returned back to campus.
Be sure to welcome our fellow Bennies and Johnnies back, and if you're interested in studying abroad, ask for any advice they might have about their application process, their experiences, or where they recommend to travel.
To wrap up this episode, let's take a look at 5 other things that are happening around campus.
1. Be sure to catch the CSB Figure Skating Club's performance between periods of the Johnny Tommy hockey game on the 29th at 7 p.m.
2. Also on the 29th, stop by the Diversity Job and Internship Fair at St. Cloud State University between 1 and 4. Over 80 businesses will be in attendance, and this is an excellent opportunity to expand your job and internship network. The event is free and open to all students with no registration required.
3. From February 17th to the 18th at the Minneapolis Convention Center, attend the Minnesota Private College Job and Internship Fair. The fair is geared towards sophomores and juniors seeking summer internships, as well as current seniors seeking opportunities to get a jump start on finding full-time careers and employment upon graduation. If you are interested in attending, attend a job and internship fair information session. Get your resume critiqued with a career counselor, fill out the registration form, submit your resume and fee to Career Services, and upload a resume to the MNPC's Resume Center.
4. Get active by joining an intramural. From kickball to badminton, there is an activity to suit anybody's interest.
5. If an intramural isn't quite for you, the Flintown Ice Rink is open and ready to be used. Students can rent skates from the OLC in the basement of Mary Hall, which is open from 2 until 6 every day.
That's all for today's show. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Ellen.
And I'm Haley. See you next week, Bennies and Johnnies.